So by now, most of you should know, my name is Yusef Scott, and I want to welcome you to the SodarneasyForex University. Alright, so by now, most of you should know that my name is Yusef Scott, and I'm the guy behind the SodarneasyForex University. I am the founder of the SodarneasyForex University. I have, we've gone from changing the name to the SodarneasyForex University. We're formerly, called the SodarneasyForex Movement. You guys should know that by now. You guys are here on this channel. Very thankful to have you guys here. Grateful to have you guys here. Realize you guys could be on someone else's channel. But please remember that we're not just here on YouTube. We have social media as well. So you can go to any of our social media channels on Instagram. You can go to any of my posts and you can look inside of inside of the body of the post, and you'll see the tags to my other pages. You can do that real simple and easy. And we're on Facebook as well. So, I wanted to make this video because, being a Forex mentor, trainer, whatever title you may label me as, it comes with a bit of skepticism, apprehension from people all around, okay? And, there's a reason why I'm making this video, and really the reason is because I spoke with a gentleman last evening, and I'm gonna tell you guys how this came about. So think about this. Please know that in my position, people, they see me, people see what I do online. And because a lot of people haven't yet realized that level of success, or they haven't seen anything like this before, they question it, they doubt it, they're skeptical, they're apprehensive. Totally get it. All right. And it's not helping that there are just a lot of people who set up these businesses online. You guys know social media will allow you to hide behind a still photo, So I choose not to hide behind any photo. I'm making video, I'm making content so people can get a feel and feel my energy and get a sense of who they're dealing with. That's why I have 700 plus videos on YouTube, so many videos I have tons of videos everywhere so people can get a real feel for who I am. Now, rightfully so, there are a lot of people who, if you guys ever encounter someone saying, hey, this guy, he's doing this guy's doing that, chances are 9 times out of 10, really 11 times out of 10, that person was never a student of mine. Just how it is, because people are always looking at the situation from the outside, because they don't know what it's like to be a student. Now, with that in mind, let me tell you guys the reason why I'm making this video. So you guys know I've trained thousands of folks from all across the world. And I continue to do this. People, they always coming, people going, people are always coming. So I spoke with a gentleman last evening by the name of Jacob. And Jacob, I'm sure you probably watched this. Jacob, he had been a student of mine for a short period of time now. And these kinds of things happen every once in a while. But with all the people that I've trained, I don't get to talk to everybody. Okay, I don't. Jacob and I, we talked last evening, and he shared some things with me. I thought it was quite funny, and I thought it was. I told him, I said, listen, if you don't mind, I'm going to share this in our video tomorrow. I'm going to make a video and I'm going to share it. But I decided to make the video this morning, so I wanted to share this with you guys. Jacob, being with me a short period of time, maybe 2-3 weeks now. He had been watching me for some time, okay? Just like most of you guys watch me, he had been watching me for some time, and he said he first saw my videos, I think it's like 2016 or 17, and his first encounter of watching my video, he suspected that I was like, there's no way this guy's doing this. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of people, they feel this way. A lot of people have had similar thoughts. But what's unique is he felt this way. And as he said, I felt you were this type of person. And no offense, he said, just the way you look, and you and I didn't take no offense to it. I didn't take no offense to it. And I respected Jacob's, his initial assessment of who I was, or who he felt I was. I respected it because we all have those notions and we all have those ill feelings sometimes about people. You know, it could be you. But he told me, he was very frank, said, you know, I felt like, you know, you just seemed like you were up to no good. And I was a little baffled. I was very candid with him. I said, man, that's crazy you say that. Because I don't always get, I guess the way he put it, I don't always get that. But what happened was he had explained that, you know, he felt that way, but I didn't go anywhere. He's like, every time I turned around, you were putting out all this content, and I was almost, everywhere I went, I saw content of yours. Because you were on Facebook, you were on, you know, on YouTube heavily, and he said, I kept seeing content. And he said that I put out a trade alert once on, I think he said on the peso. He said I put out a trade alert on the peso, and he said that he didn't take it, but he watched it. And he said he was like amazed that I called such a trade alert. It went into the money, you know, no, it not into money, but it went in the direction that I said it would go in. And he said that it was just crazy. So he said, okay, well, he said he sort of put me on a shelf, and he said, okay, you know, that could have just been some lucky chance that it did that. Okay, so he continued doing his thing. You guys know people, they do the signals, they do this, they get training from over here, over there, and people are talking. So he said he continued to watch my content. Other videos will pop up, and then it was just like I was everywhere. And he's watching me do this, that, and the third. And then he said recently he decided, I've seen enough. Let me go ahead and join so I can really see what this guy's doing. And you know, it makes me feel good because I know that people are apprehensive. I know that people doubt the things that I utter. I know that people, you know, the funny thing about it, just like Jacob said, he said that he had me pegged, not verbatim, but I'm saying this in my own words. Jacob, like most people or some people, had me pegged as being a certain type of person or a certain way. And for whatever reason, you know, they have that notion about me. But, you know, you really don't know until you jump over the fence, until you come into the door and you get a real feel for what it is. And that's really what Jacob is experiencing now. He joined, you know, he did join the 149. He said, well, yeah, I wanted to take my chances and just see what it was all about, get a feel for it. And I said, yeah, I totally get it. But he's actually going to be upgrading tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. He's going to be upgrading tomorrow. And, you know, so he said he's going to be upgrading tomorrow. So Jacob, you know, Jacob is going to be upgrading to the corner of the market membership. Tomorrow is what he said. But the bottom line is that, and this is the reason why, this is what spawned the call from Jacob, is that inside he felt, as he said, he felt bad because he wasted 3-4 years, 3 years now, he saw me 2016 or 17. So you're talking 3 years, let's say 2 or 3 years he wasted. And I wouldn't really say it was a waste because we have our own journey to go down so we can appreciate things later. So this is he's appreciating who I am. And this is why he called, because he felt bad, as he said, that he had me pegged a certain way back then. And one thing that I told him, I said, you know what's funny? Is that the stuff that I'm teaching now is the same stuff that I taught back then. Outside of, you know, back then I only had, in 16 I only had the sodarneasyforex membership. I didn't have the millionaire combo, and now the corner of the market. So now I've grown since then. I've brought out more content, long-term and scalping. But the core of the material is all the same. I've developed different ways of breaking it down, creating different series, but it's all the same. And he's like, man, I feel bad because I missed out on so much, thinking that you were a certain type of person. And here you are, you've stuck around, you've been passionate, more passionate than a lot of people. And I said, you know what, that's true. So it makes me feel good as a person knowing that you know, people notice these things about me. They know that I'm passionate. They see that I'm still here. They see that I haven't changed. You know, success wasn't just Forex for me. It came before Forex. You know, losing it all helped me really appreciate like just that struggle of going hard for what it is that you desire, what it is that you wanted. But it didn't start with Forex. Forex definitely took things to a whole new level, but it didn't start with just Forex. You know, because to some people, success is making 6 figures, where they're usually only making, you know, 5 figures, you know? So whatever your perspective is or your perception is on success, you know, more than likely, it was, for me, it was before Forex. Before Forex took it to a new level. But for what Jacob is saying, he wasted a couple years on watching me, put me on a shelf, as he said, and then, you know, and then now seeing that, man, this guy, he's still putting out content. And I see that, like on a peso, he made good on a peso. You know, that was a good trade alert, and he, you know, had plenty of other good trade alerts. And I put that out to show people I'm confident, I'm courageous, I know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. So for Jacob, I really appreciate the conversation, dude. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your candidness, your honesty, because, you know, me as a person, I know I could just imagine what it's like in this field, not having direction and wanting that support from someone, you know, and for you to, I'll say, swallow the pride and say, you know what, I'm gonna contact this brother. And let me go back to what I was saying. One of the reasons why I said early on is that I train a lot of people, but I don't even know who everybody is. This guy, he didn't even have to call me. He didn't have to call me. He could have just took my training in secret and just said, you know what, I'm just going to take his training and just get the knowledge and then roll out and say, you know what, that's messed up. I thought this way. But he had enough. He felt good about making right, you know, with the situation, because he felt bad that he had me pegged a certain way, and he joined without even. He didn't even. It's not like we conversed beforehand. He joined to test it out, and when he realized how powerful my material is, he said, I gotta call this dude and I gotta make that wrong right. So the moral of this video, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Everything that you see is not always how it is. You can't always look at something and determine what it's about just by looking at it. You know, you gotta get involved. And maybe it's not your time right now. Just like it wasn't Jacob's time 2-3 years ago, but his time is now. And like him, he feel like it was a waste of time. He wasted 2-3 years. I feel like that was a part of his process. That was a part of his journey to get to appreciate the level of content I have. Because if he had joined then, he may not have taking it real serious, because remember, his thinking was off. He was thinking that I was a certain kind of way, you know, and rather than just impulsively purchase something and then don't really feel good about it, I appreciate him joining when he did. And now we can laugh at that stuff now. Now it's like, dude, look where you came from. And I had this conversation with people. I think it was another video I made not long ago. My student Lance, similar story. He saw me, and very similar story. You know, but Jacob, man, I really appreciate you. I'm glad that you finally joined. I'm glad that you had I'm glad that you had that will to join, so you could see what it's like, so you could change your perspective and your idea of who I am and what I can do for you. All right. Listen, you guys, hopefully you guys can take something from this video, because you know, these things are happening every day, and people are seeing me and people are turning away from me, but then they're eventually coming back years later, and then they feel like, you know what, I should have joined back then, because man, this guy, he's, you know, you guys know everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has their own walk in this journey of trading Forex. What's your story? All right. You guys know I'm Yusef Scott, also known as the Forex GOAT. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.